else you add to that list?
I think those are the best ones. You know what's noticeably missing on this?
What's that?
Kitchens and bathrooms.
Kitchen, though, is well, if you're going to stay there and use it.
That's right.
Stay there and use it, then absolutely. But as far as
That
just
is right.
to just do it and sell it in a year or so,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why not.
Yeah, the return on investment is what this article is about. And so on the kitchen and bathrooms, you're getting a lot of pleasure out of it, but you're not getting a dollar-for-dollar return on investment.
Yeah.
The other thing that's not on this list noticeably is adding square footage. And there are some environments where adding square footage will get you $1.20 return on investment for every dollar.
Okay.
And then there's other environments where it'll only get you 50 cents for every dollar. So this adding square footage is a little trickier. You really have to kind of know what the ceiling is. You want to call a professional like Andrew Brewer and say, what's my maximum size I can go in my neighborhood and still get return on investment for it?
Right.
And then look at how easily you can add that space to your home to see what kind of return on investment you're going to get. Kitchen and baths are a little tougher. I would encourage you to do it in an environment where you're planning on enjoying the house for a while.
Yeah, I mean, kitchen and baths always sell. I mean, especially with the ladies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just boom, turnkey, done. But yet, you can't go overboard with them.
Yeah, and if you're buying the home on the front end and you're going to discount because you're going to remodel, that's also a different situation.
You're right.
Talking in this situation, this particular article that we're talking about you own the home and you're thinking about upgrading your home. What do you want to spend your money on?
Mm-hmm.
And you might be better off not spending money on the kitchen and bathroom and just selling it as is.
Right.
Rather than doing the return on investment.
Right.
So how do you determine what you're going to spend as far as a budget goes with your renovation?
Depends on what your budget is. Depends on what your exit plan is.
But how do you determine the budget?
Well, I think that's a great question. And the answer that I give people a lot of times that's not the obvious answer, Jimmy, is I say start with working backwards. In other words, if your home is worth $250,000, okay, what's the most I can get it to? Is $300,000 for the neighborhood the most I'm going to get it to? Well, not in Westmead. Mm-hmm. Westmead, it might be $1 million.
Right.
You know, you could probably buy a house over there for $350,000 and you could end up with $1 million home.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in other areas, if you have a $250,000 home, you're already at the top.
Right.
And the most you're ever going to get is $260,000.
Right.
And so that's where I start and that's kind of the approach that we take when people say, David, I want to do a major remodel. The first thing I look at is how much sense does it make?